my channel. Some 68 to 66 million years ago, in the grasslands and woodlands of North America, Triceratops, a herbivorous dinosaur with an impressive natural armor, strode proudly. Up to 9 meters long, weighing between 6 to 12 tons, Triceratops was easily recognized by its 3 sharp horns and the huge bony shield protecting the back of its neck. This structure not only helped them defend against notorious predators like Tyrannosaurus rex, but also played an important role in attracting mates and demonstrating strength during internal horn fights. With its sharp, steel-like beak, Triceratops easily cut and broke low bushes and tough leaves, their main food source. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Also, be sure to stick around until the end, because there we will reveal something very interesting about this dinosaur. Let us begin. 3. Life of the Triceratops. The Triceratops was a herbivorous dinosaur that had a very bulky body, short neck, and a huge head. Its most distinctive feature was its skull, which had 3 horns. These horns were long, thin, and pointed straight up from above its eyes. The 3rd horn was in the middle, and the other 2 were pointing back towards its nose. But there was another, smaller horn on each side of its skull above its mouth. It also had a frill-like structure extending behind its head, which was actually made up of bony plates connected to each other by fibrous tissue. The function of these structures was probably display and defense. The frill could have been used to attract mates or intimidate rivals, and the horns could have been used to slash at predators, or lock together with the horns of other Triceratops. During fights over food or territory, some scientists even believe that the frill may have served as an anchor point for powerful muscles that helped the Triceratops to get up after it had fallen down. It had a large beak like the modern-day birds which it used to snip plants, and it had no teeth in the front of its mouth, but instead had rows of sharp teeth in the back part. These teeth were perfect for crushing and grinding tough plants. Triceratops was a very large dinosaur reaching lengths of around 9 meters and a weight of 6,000 to 12,000 pounds. It had a bulky body like a rhinoceros with a large chest and short legs. It also had a long tail, which it probably used for balance when walking. Its skull alone could reach a length of 2.7 meters. The Triceratops was one of the largest herbivores of its time, and it had few natural enemies apart from the Tyrannosaurus rex. When the asteroid struck the Earth, ending the reign of the dinosaurs, it was probably already extinct. The Triceratops fossils are found in rocks dating from the late Cretaceous period, about 70 million years ago. The first fossil was found in 1889 by Othniel Charles Marsh. He named it Triceratops because of its 3-horned face. Since then, many more fossils have been discovered. In fact, it is one of the most complete dinosaurs ever found. We know so much about this dinosaur because it has been studied so much. That's why we think that the Triceratops was a very popular dinosaur. 2. Their diet. The Triceratops was an herbivore, meaning that it ate only plants. It grazed on low-lying vegetation such as ferns and tads, but it could also reach up high into trees to eat leaves using its long neck. It used its large beak to snip branches off of plants and its teeth to grind them up into small pieces. It also had a very strong jaw, which it used to crush hard nuts and seeds. The Triceratops probably ate a wide variety of plants and was not picky about what it ate. It would eat almost anything that it could reach. Because the Triceratops was such a large animal, it needed to eat a lot of food every day. Some paleontologists estimate that it ate between 400 and 1,000 pounds of plants every day. That's equivalent to between 180 and 450 kilograms of plants. No wonder it needed such a large stomach to hold all that food. The Triceratops probably spent most of its time looking for food. It would graze in open areas and in forests. It probably traveled with other Triceratops so that it could find food in larger herds of animals. When food was scarce, it would travel long distances in search of food. The Triceratops was a very successful herbivore. It was able to survive for millions of years on the Earth. Because it was so adaptable, it could eat almost anything. and it was also able to defend itself against predators. Number 1. Their biggest clash, the T-Rex. In the past, people used to think that the T-Rex was the king of the dinosaurs. However, recently, some paleontologists have started to debate whether the T-Rex was really the top predator, or if the honor should go to the mighty Triceratops. There are some who argue that the T-Rex was the supreme ruler of the dinosaurs. However, others contend that it was just a scavenger that picked over the carcasses left behind by other predators. So who do you think is the real king of the dinosaurs? Well, let me tell you a little bit about their biggest clash. These two dinosaurs were rivals. They lived in the same place and they were both at the top of the food chain. The T-Rex was a carnivore, which means that it ate meat. It hunted Triceratops for food. The Triceratops was an herbivore, meaning that it ate plants. However, it would also fight back against the T-Rex if it felt threatened. They often clashed with each other, and sometimes the T-Rex won, and sometimes the Triceratops won. It all depended on who was hungrier and who was more aggressive. There have been many occasions where a Triceratops has gored a Tyrannosaurus Rex to death. In one case, a Triceratops was able to gore a Tyrannosaurus Rex so hard that it flipped the dinosaur over. There are also many stories of Tyrannosaurus Rexes being too scared to attack a Triceratops because of its huge horns and dangerous frill. Some people think that the T-Rex was afraid of the Triceratops, but that's not true. The T-Rex was not afraid of anything. It was the most fearsome predator of all time, and it hunted Triceratops without fear. However, the T-Rex was a very smart dinosaur. It knew when it was outmatched, and it would rather live to hunt another day than risk getting injured in a fight. Both dinosaurs went extinct around 66 million years ago when an asteroid struck the Earth. If you don't know that, you can watch our video about the extinction of the dinosaurs where we talk about it in detail. So what do you think about the Triceratops? Is it your favorite dinosaur? Leave us a comment below. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with your friends. They will surely appreciate it. Also, make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. See you next time.